Welcome back to the Ticket demo series. In today's session, we're going to focus in on Ticket's integration with Asana. So Ticket is a great multi-department service desk that allows for different support organizations such as IT, HR, finance, marketing to receive requests from the business, to be able to track those requests as individual departments, be able to work on them and resolve those requests. Now, a common request that we do get from the marketing organizations that use our product is that they're using other solutions such as Asana or Airtable. And these solutions are places where they really like to work to manage their tasks. And they want to be able to still have an experience for the end user and teams so that the end user can ask for things from the marketing team, but have the ability for those requests to go through a process to go into Asana so the marketing team can manage those requests in Asana. Now, as we have implemented this solution for a couple of companies, we've learned a little bit about what's possible and not possible with this integration. And I want to highlight a few things around that. So Ticket's going to do a great job of providing the end user the ability to submit a request to marketing to bring into Asana. But at the root of it, what's pretty common is that, and you're seeing it on the screen here, Asana gives end users a web page for them to fill out a marketing request. And the first ask always from the marketing team is, we would like this web page to be reimagined inside of the Teams experience so that when an end user fills out the request, we're getting something very similar to this, which we can do, and I'll show that to you today. The second thing that we've learned from the experience is that Asana is not bidirectional, at least natively. So what I mean by that is when a request comes in from this particular page, so an end user comes in here and fills out a marketing request, as the marketing team is working in Asana, there's no way to update the end user. You can't add a comment. You can't let them know who it's assigned to. You can't let them know when it's resolved. You still have to use other forms of communication like email or Teams to send in a message directly to the end user, letting them know updates or providing them information that they're asking for. So what we've done as part of us building these for customers is we've created this bi-directional piece where an end user can submit a request for marketing. Marketing can receive that request in Asana. They can work in that tool of choice. And as they're updating those tasks in Asana, we have given the ability for updates to send back and update the ticket and then update the end user as well. Now, this particular integration is 100% configurable to a customer's business requirements. What I will demo here is what we typically see. And I'll highlight the different things and how we've accomplished those. This will also be broken up in a couple parts. I'll first show the integration and how it works functionally, and then let's take a quick peek into how we wire this all up inside of Microsoft Power Automate, leveraging the Ticket Power Automate connector. Okay, so I'll go ahead and minimize this form here. And we'll kick off the demo part of this. So on the left-hand side here, we have Adele. She's my end user. She's going to be asking for stuff from the business. She's also going to be submitting this marketing request. And then on the right-hand side here is Diego. He's my agent, and he's going to be receiving requests from the business as well as receiving this particular marketing request. So Adele can submit this request in Teams, web, or email. If she were to use Teams, she would do that in Ticket Virtual Agent. And there's kind of two ways she can do that. She can type the word help here, receive a menu of the different offerings that are being presented to her to be able to ask for different types of requests from the business. You'll see here that I have a marketing section and I have a couple of options in marketing. One of them is a marketing request. So if I select that, that will bring back the marketing request form. Now, this is a form that's almost exactly one-for-one for that Asana request form. There are some things removed, and the biggest thing is that we don't actually have to ask for the information like the person's name or their email address, because we're getting that because Adele's logged into M365 and we're capturing that automatically. So there's a big gain there as well in terms of efficiency. Adele can also have a conversation with Tikit Virtual Agent and just say marketing request, and that will bring back that form as well. In either scenario, once she has that form, she can then submit this request. We'll go ahead and do that here. So I need a new size for the company logo. And then I'll go ahead and choose a date here. Send operations. And what does this look like? Okay, I'll go ahead and submit that request. And when that request is submitted, that ticket will be created. And just like any other ticket she would create for another department, she's going to get the same similar experience. She's going to be given a ticket number. And when she receives that ticket number, she will know that she can track that request and receive updates for that request inside of Tikit Virtual Agent here. Now, as I was chatting on the right-hand side, you saw some things move here, so I want to highlight what's happening there. So the marketing team has a channel where they receive tickets, and you saw that ticket come in here. So ticket 3770 was dropped into the marketing support channel. You also saw a notification that was sent to the Tikit app. And what that was is letting directly via direct message, the marketing support group, so members of that group were made aware that a new ticket was created and assigned to that group. And this is one place that they can work on that ticket. Well, teams and channels, and then here as well. Another place they can work on that ticket is in the web experience. And I want to kind of show the differences and play a little bit in the web as well to highlight some things. So if I go ahead and expand Diego's side here and bring open that ticket. I'm in the wrong view. Let's go to all active. So here's ticket 3770. This was the ticket that was just created. And what you'll see here is a couple of things. One, we will have the form that was filled out. Well, the form that was filled out by Adele here. We know that Adele submitted that request. Things like that. So this is the capturing of that request. Now, in this particular example, we actually haven't sent this over to Asana just yet. We could have, and that's an option. So we can just send this request directly to Asana. One of our customers wanted the ability to review the request in Tikit before sending it to Asana. So this is an example of that. But again, this is 100% pliable to a customer's business requirements. The way we implemented the ability to send it to Asana from Tikit is we let them tag the ticket in a certain way. So I'll just search my tags, and you'll see here I have a tag called Create Asana Task. And when I save that, what will happen is we will, via Power Automate, push this request into Asana. And what you'll see here is if I go over to Asana now, you'll see that I have a new task sitting here waiting for me to be worked on. So this is our ability to link the two. So we have a ticket that we're working on, and as we're working on that ticket, the Asana team does not have to go back into that ticket anymore. They can 100% work on this task and provide updates to the end user. And let's talk a little bit about that. So here we have this task, and maybe I want to assign this to someone else. I have Alex on my team here, so I'll go ahead and assign him that task there. And what will happen is as certain changes happen, and this is what we have for most customers, you can expand on this, you can reduce this, but as we are making changes to this task, we will update the ticket. Yeah, I forgot actually a really important part of this is that ticket had a bunch of data in it, a lot of the form information from the end user. And you saw that also transferred over to the tasks. So the title was here, the ticket ID. We're using that actually to link this task to ticket. the category, the priority, the status, and then all the form information that was filled out, we're putting here as well, so that the person in marketing has the ability to review this information and make informed decisions here. So I've reassigned that task to Alex. And what you're going to see here is ticket 3770 will also be refreshed. Well, sorry, when I refresh this, you'll see this has been assigned to Alex. The other thing I want to highlight is as things are happening to this ticket, and you can choose what you want to do here, but as things are happening to this ticket, we're updating the end user. So you'll see here that Adele is made aware that the ticket's now been assigned to Alex here. Now, if I go back over here to Asana, there's a couple of things that we can do here. The first is I can set a due date. So I know that the end user wanted it on this day. So maybe I agree with that and I can deliver it on that. So I'm going to go ahead and set that date there. Now, when I do that, we're also going to update the ticket with the due date. So if I go back to ticket here, you'll see currently we don't have a due date, but if I refresh that, I will get my due date there. This particular update is not going to the end user. Again, it's a choice, but this one is not. The other thing that we were asked of by our customers is when a marketing person adds a comment to a ticket, sorry, to a task in Asana, we want that comment to be sent over to the ticket. Now, if I add a comment here, this is just a comment being added to an Asana task. And no one sees this but the marketing team. But what we've done is we've given the ability to add keywords or hashtags to allow for us to see if we want to send something back to the end user. So if I do hashtag public here, and this keyword can be whatever you want, this is just one that we've kind of landed on. Oops. When I go ahead and comment here, what will happen is our Power Automate integration will look for that hashtag public. When we see that, we will update the ticket with that comment. So you'll see here that we've updated that ticket. And then if I go back over to ticket virtualization, you'll see that that comment's been added there. Again, the idea being that marketing team can work in Asana, update what they need to update, and then provide updates in that same ticket virtualization experience for the end user. Last example here that I want to highlight is once done, I can mark it complete. Now, this is probably my favorite part of Asana is when you mark things complete, you get a, oh, it didn't do it. Okay, well, there you go. You usually get a little, you can kind of keep complete a task that's not assigned to you. That's my own fault there. So if I were to mark that complete and if I was Alex, then, although it didn't get marked as completed, I think that actually will work. So let's go back to ticket. It's currently pending. If I change to close, I know if I change to close because it's sitting here now, 3770. So I'm not sure why I gave me that message, but I don't even know if I emphasize my favorite thing about Asana, but typically when you close a task, a little unicorn flies by. It didn't happen that time. But the point is that we resolve the ticket. And then the most important thing here is that Adele is made aware that the ticket was resolved. So again, the idea here is that you can present to your end users a multi-team, multi-department experience. And that multi-team, multi-department experience can be the gateway to creating tickets for IT or facilities, our HR, our marketing. And in this example, our integration of Asana lets the marketing team work in their tool of choice, which is Asana, but also provide updates to the end users as things are happening, and then track those things in this central ITSM repository for the marketing team. Now, I also want to kind of show you a little bit behind the scenes how this works, because we are using Power Automate to do this. Now, Tikit has a very large Power Automate connector, and that Power Automate connector lets us integrate into anything external of Tikit. Now, with Asana specifically, Asana also has a connector in Power Automate, So we're able to leverage that to help accelerate some of these integration pieces. And effectively, there's two flows that we are using to integrate Asana with Tikit. The first flow is creating the task when we tag that ticket with create Asana task. And the second is as updates are happening to the Asana task, updating the ticket and then updating the end user. Actually, updating the end user happens via ticket. It's just natural notifications. It's more so updating the ticket based upon updates in Asana. I'll just show you one of these. And there is a combination of things happening here. We're using native ticket triggers and updates and actions, triggers and actions. We also do have to do a little bit of API calls between Tikit and Asana. But specifically what I want to show you here is this create task. This is the Asana connector. So we're creating the task in Asana and we're using the data from the ticket to populate that task. So I'm putting it in my project ID of ticket from the Asana connector. I'm giving it a name, which is the request title of the ticket. I'm adding properties here to the description. I can add whatever I want. This is what I've chose. This is the form information that was filled out. So I'm just populating that in an Asana task and then I'm creating it. And to summarize as well, this is 100% configurable. Every team is going to have little differences in how they interact with Asana, but we've learned a lot from the customers we have integrated this with, and it is definitely adaptable to whatever the customer will need. Well, I'll kind of end the demo at this point, excuse me. I really hope you enjoyed the session. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to email team@tikit.ai.